Yeah, and he's going to be here.
Okay.
Sarah's here too. Okay, great.
Sarah from Annapolis. You came with it. Yeah.
So you got a designated coat rack.
Yeah. Normal staffer.
Yeah. Good.
Yep. Something else just added a name to the list, by the way.
What? I already took a picture. No more names.
I know.
Hi, I'm down here. What is it here? Boys right here.
I'm on the foreign relations.
Aaron.
That's right. I used to be a staffer with Jerry Connolly.
Oh, okay.
Jim, any guidance for us stewards trying to navigate all this surging crazy? Timing. 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
That's fine. But probably more. And we can start
But he's down the road, so he's stuck.
we also we're not in a rush. Like we have a good crowd. Francesca.
Yeah. Hey. Oh.
I'm going to mention what I did in
Good.
and then I think we should try to go.
And they may let you be senator.
I think they just.
Well, they didn't. I don't think they let me. No, I think what we should do is go and overnight. We just, I was going to ask the security guard that they authorize it.
That's good. That's perfect. That's what we did at Dulles in 17.
I said we've been.
We've got a delegation of senators, members of Congress who are worried about what's happening here.
Test. Test, test.
Too many mics, I think. Probably just enunciate, speak up.
Thank you all for being with us today. We very much appreciate your responding so quickly. We are here today. We're here today to shine a light on a crime that is unfolding before our eyes and support our tremendous U.S. civil servants at USAID. President Trump directed his corrupt billionaire friend, Elon Musk, to ransack a critical agency of the U.S. government. Musk and his band of unelected acolytes at Doge have locked out USAID employees from their offices, improperly accessed highly classified information, purged the agency of its nonpartisan leadership, and thrown the agency into chaos through a concerted campaign of harassment and intimidation of its employees. This is on top of Trump's freeze of crucial foreign assistance programs. These actions severely harm our national security. They put thousands of children around the world at immediate risk of starvation, disease, and death, and sideline some of our finest civil servants who work tirelessly every day to make the world a better place. This is a case of the very worst among us attacking the very best of us. The work USAID does is vital to all Americans. Agency employees stationed here in the capital region and in posts around the world work hand in hand with our military to counter terrorism and to stabilize dangerous regions. They monitor and they fight diseases like Ebola and bird flu to prevent them from coming to the United States. And they work with U.S. companies to provide life-saving medical care and food assistance for children. Through these activities and others, USAID has been an invaluable pillar of U.S. foreign policy and projecting American power overseas. Its elimination only helps our adversaries, Russia and China, who want to see our global influence reduced at any cost. It's no coincidence then that Elon Musk, the world's wealthiest man with billions of dollars of investment in China, is doing China's bidding. Lastly, what Trump and Musk have done is not only wrong, it's illegal. USAID was established by an act of Congress, and it can only be disbanded by an act of Congress. Stopping this will require action by the courts and for Republicans to show up and show courage and stand up for our country. Further, I'm urging my fellow Democrats to use every legislative tool we have at our disposal to slow down and stop this crime from succeeding. We're here to shine a light on this. You see the wonderful people that are here with us. Let me give you my good friend, Senator Chris Van Hollen.
Thank you, Don. Well, thank you. Thank you to Don Beyer and all of our colleagues gathered here and all of you who are here at this moment of a clear and present danger for the future of our country. Make no mistake, this effort by Elon Musk and so-called Doge to shut down the Agency for International Development is an absolute gift to our adversaries, to Russia, to China, to Iran and others, because AID is an essential instrument of U.S. foreign policy and U.S. national security policy. So this has nothing to do with making the U.S. government more efficient and everything to do with aiding and abetting our adversaries around the world. If you doubt that for a moment, listen to what the former president and Putin crony Medvedev just put out on X. Quote, "Smart move by Elon Musk," referring to shutting down AID, former Russian president and stooge of Vladimir Putin. This is also a huge gift to the PRC. And it's interesting that Vivek Ramaswamy, who was originally the Elon Musk co-pilot on Doge, is no longer here. But here's what he said just a year or so ago. Quote, "Tesla is increasingly beholden to China. I have no reason to think that Elon won't jump like a circus monkey when Xi Jinping calls in the hour of need, unquote. He went on to refer to Musk as a Chinese puppet, and then posted on X that the U.S. needs leaders who aren't in China's pocket. This is Vivek Ramaswamy, who had been originally, as you know, one of the co-chairs at this so-called Doge. The recently installed Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, had this to say a number of years ago with respect to Elon Musk and Tesla. Quote, right after President Biden signed Senator Rubio's Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act into law, at Tesla opened a store in Xinjiang. He went on to say nationless corporations are helping the Chinese Communist Party cover up genocide and slave labor in the region, unquote. That is Secretary Rubio, and as we speak, he is allowing Elon Musk to essentially take over AID. This is a corrupt abuse of power that is going on. As my colleague said, it's not only a gift to our adversaries, but trying to shut down the Agency for International Development by executive order is plain illegal. It is illegal. Elon Musk may get to be dictator of Tesla, but he doesn't, and he may try to play dictator here in Washington, D.C., but he doesn't get to shut down the Agency for International Development. Now, as we're speaking at a federal court, at the district court right down the road, there's an ongoing hearing, I don't know if it's over yet, about the earlier effort of the Trump administration to stop federal grants around the country to communities and people in need. There's a stay on that, and then in Rhode Island, the Attorney General's got a TRO on that. So what you're seeing here with respect to AID is a continuing effort around those illegal actions. Now, over the weekend, I had multiple conversations with lawyers, and I want to commend all the lawyers who are working on upholding the rule of law here, including Democracy Forward, which is an organization that helped file the lawsuit pending right now in the D.C. District Court. I am confident that when they look into this, and they are looking into this, that they will also file suits to hold the Trump administration and Elon Musk accountable. This is a clear violation of our law. Finally, let me just say a word to all the men and women and employees who work with AID. Thank you for your service to the United States of America. And we have all asked the authorities at AID, we've made multiple calls, to allow us just to enter the building in AID when this press conference is over, simply to talk to the civil servants at AID, those who may be in the building. As you know, they were told not to come in. But we would like to see firsthand what is happening to this essential agency that does such good work on the American people. So to our colleagues at AID and across the government, stay strong. We have your back. We will do everything in our power in the Senate and the House to stop this outrage. And in the meantime, since we don't have many Republican colleagues who want to help us, we are doing everything we can with our colleagues through the courts to make sure that we uphold the rule of law, stop this illegal shutdown of AID, and stop the other illegal actions around the government. Let me now bring up a really good colleague of mine, known him for years. He now he's now the ranking member of the Oversight Committee in the House of Representatives. He knows AID and foreign policy as well as anybody, better than most. Jerry Connolly. All right.
Good afternoon. We're here today not only to fight for federal employees who dedicate themselves every day to a humanitarian task. We are here to save lives, because that is what AID does. You name it, AID is there. In the fight against HIV, in the fight to protect the Uyghur population in China, in the fight to protect refugees, in the fight to make sure that there's food security everywhere. AID is there. It is the lead development agency in the world. And no one elected Elon Musk to dismantle it. We are going to fight in every way we can. In the courts, in public opinion, with the bully pulpit, in the halls of Congress, and here at AID itself. We are not going to let this injustice happen. Congress created this agency with the Foreign Assistance Act of 1961. And if you want to change it, you got to change that law. It is a matter of statute. It's a matter for Congress to deal with, not an unelected billionaire oligarch named Elon Musk. And Elon, if you want to run AID, get nominated by Trump and go to the Senate, and good luck in getting confirmed.
Yes.
I want to say to all the employees of AID, we are with you. We will stand with you shoulder to shoulder. This may be a long and difficult struggle and fight, but we're with you. Don't give up. Keep the fight. And remember, the mission is so sacred, saving lives all over the world. Thank you. And let me give to you a fighter from the beautiful state of Hawaii, where the weather, I think, is different than today here. Senator Schatz of Hawaii.
If you want to change an agency, introduce a bill and pass a law. You cannot wave away an agency that you don't like or that you disagree with by executive order or by literally storming into the building and taking over the servers. That is not how the American system of government works. That's number one. Number two is, it is true that there will be suffering all over the world. There already is suffering all over the world as a result of this. But it's not just that. It's that instability from starvation and disease will visit us in the United States of America. There is a reason that USAID is an arm of American foreign policy, and it is because we understand that a stable world means a stable America. And in the last 10 days, Donald Trump has done more to destabilize things across the planet than perhaps any other president in recent memory. And one final point, and I know my colleagues from especially Virginia and Maryland feel very strongly about this. They are counting on some sense of inevitability. This is a bluff. It is a harmful, dangerous, killer bluff. But they don't have the law on their side. And so every civil servant, every contractor, every individual who is scared, stand in solidarity with each other, because if we are going to push back on this kind of autocratic behavior, it's not just members of Congress that have to stand up, and we will. It is all of us together. And now I want to introduce one of my heroes, Jamie Raskin.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk, you didn't create USAID. The United States Congress did for the American people. And just like Elon Musk did not create USAID, he doesn't have the power to destroy it. And who's going to stop him? We are. We're going to stop him. Elon Musk, you may have illegally seized power over the financial payment systems of the United States Department of Treasury, but you don't control the money of the American people. The United States Congress does that under Article 1 of the Constitution. And just like the president who is elected to something cannot impound the money of the people, we don't have a fourth branch of government called Elon Musk. And that's going to become real clear. This illegal, unconstitutional interference with congressional power is threatening lives all over the world. I'm hearing from my constituents who work for USAID and USAID contractors in Maryland, in Washington, all over the world, and they're telling us that this is a killer in terms of their cutoff of HIV and AIDS preemption. It's a killer in terms of anti-malarial education. It's a killer in terms of all of the efforts to shut down global viruses. Now, I don't know what Elon Musk's intentions are. I don't know what Elon Musk's motivations are. I don't know what his purposes are, but they've got nothing to do with what has been lawfully adopted by the people of the United States of America through the Congress of the United States. We're going to defend USAID all the way. And I want to say finally this. I've heard some murmurings in support of this outrageous, scandalous, illegal maneuver that they just need some time to do some studies for evaluations. Well, I've heard from multiple constituents working in USAID that they have removed all evaluations from the USAID website and they have shut down immediately, as of right now, all of the evaluations taking place of USAID efforts all over the world. This has nothing to do with evaluation. This is about termination and obliteration of the major foreign aid programs of the United States of America, all of which together total less than $40 billion. We have a Pentagon budget of $900 billion. The Pentagon budget is where the defense contractor Elon Musk, who became the richest man in the world off of our money, he collects his payments from, and now he's trying to shut down USAID. We're not going to allow this to happen. It will not stand. I'm bringing up from the Free State of Maryland, Congressman Johnny Olszewski.
Good afternoon, all. I might be new to this, but I grew up in a steel town, and we're tough as hell, and we know how to fight, and we're going to fight like hell, because our phones have been ringing off the hook with constituents terrified by what President Trump and Elon Musk have been doing since their very first moment in office, which is defying Congress, ignoring the law, and defying the will of the American people. Congress has appropriated foreign assistance to protect U.S. interests and global stability. The Trump freeze on foreign assistance has halted vital humanitarian aid and medical deliveries that have already been paid for. It's not only a complete waste of American tax dollars, it's directly ceding the competition for influence to U.S. adversaries like China. And most importantly, it's jeopardizing our safety here at home. Prison guards overseeing thousands of ISIS combatants in Syria walked off the job after their pay was frozen until a waiver was thrown together after the fact. Let me say that again. Prisoner guards overseeing thousands of ISIS combatants, walked off the job. This is real life, this is serious, and this is dangerous. We're also deeply concerned about the hardworking civil servants who woke up this morning and found their agency virtually dismantled under the cloak of darkness. As has been said, and I'm just a bumpkin American government teacher, but I know this, USAID is an independent agency by law, and changing that law, as has been said, requires an act of Congress. This is just another unlawful and intentional step until an absolute executive abuse of power. The U.S. Constitution is clear. It gives Congress the power of the purse, which is a critical check on executive abuses just like this. It's also a reflection of our founding fathers' desires to prevent a monarchy. I'll end with one more thought. We will do all that we can in Congress, but we need you, America, to listen and to act, because today it's USAID. Tomorrow it's our health care, it's Social Security, it's our livelihoods, it's our freedoms. So stand up for USAID today, so that we can stand up for all of our freedoms in the days ahead. I am grateful to be standing here with incredibly patriotic and smart colleagues who join me in this outrage and who commit to doing whatever we can to stop this assault. I am pleased now to introduce one of those individuals leading the charge, the senator from Connecticut, Senator Chris Murphy.
So, Elon Musk has been floating all sorts of awful, terrible conspiracy theories about what happens at USAID. Let's make it very clear that every single day, America is safer because of what happens at USAID. USAID fights terrorist groups all across this world, making sure that we address the underlying causes for a retreat to terrorism. USAID chases China all around the world, making sure that China doesn't monopolize contracts for critical minerals and port infrastructure all around the world. It supports freedom fighters everywhere in this world. Up until yesterday, delivering firewood, for instance, to the brave Ukrainian defenders on the Eastern Front. But let's not pull any punches about why this is happening. Elon Musk makes billions of dollars based off of his business with China. And China is cheering at this action today. There is no question that the billionaire class trying to take over our government right now is doing it based on self-interest. Their belief that if they can make us weaker in the world, if they can elevate their business partners all around the world, that they will gain the benefit. But there's another reason this is happening. They're shuttering agencies and sending employees home in order to create the illusion that they're saving money in order to do what? Pass a giant tax cut for billionaires and corporations, right? This is all a smokescreen, a shell game, in order to turn this government over to a handful of unelected billionaires and corporate interests, and we are not going to let them do that. So we will use every power that we have in our disposal in the United States Senate. My colleagues will do the same thing in the House. This is a constitutional crisis that we are in today. Let's call it what it is. The people get to decide how we defend the United States of America. The people get to decide how their taxpayer money is spent. Elon Musk does not get to decide. We are weaker today than we were yesterday. China sees that, Russia sees that, and they will take advantage. Our job and your job together is to raise our voices, raise the alarm, so that this crisis, this emboldening of our enemies, doesn't last a second longer than it has to. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Really, really important. Let me introduce my colleague from the House, Representative Elon Omar.
Thank you, Senator. It is really, really a sad day in America. We are witnessing a constitutional crisis. We talked about Trump wanting to be a dictator on day one, and here we are. This is what the beginning of dictatorship looks like. When you gut the Constitution and you install yourself as the sole power, that is how dictators are made. What Trump and Elon and all of their cronies are trying to do is take away the constitutional power of Congress. We get to decide. We have the power of the purse. We get to decide where money is allocated, and it's the executive's power to make sure that that money gets to where it needs to get. When we talk about civil servants being let go, what we are talking about is not saving money. It's essentially saying they can get paid while they're home and their work doesn't get done on behalf of the American people. It is us, taxpayers, who are being ripped off. It is us, taxpayers, who are not getting the resources that we paid into. So I ask the American people, do you want people at home and getting a paycheck and not providing services to you? The answer is no. Do you want the executive making the only decisions in this country, or do you want the elected representatives that you sent to Washington making those policies? I am exceptionally upset about USAID. I lived in a refugee camp for 4 years as a child surviving civil war. It is the essential programs that USAID provided that kept my family and I fed and safe. It is the resources that so many people around the world rely on. And it is our soft power. Oftentimes, people interact with our country through the military. That does not create love for us, and it certainly does not keep us safe. When the world interacts with Americans through programs that provide essential need, they get to see the heart and compassion of the American people. When someone is struggling because their bridge broke down, when USAID comes in and helps fix that bridge, that creates goodwill for the American people. When people are dying of malaria and there is medication through USAID, that creates goodwill for the American people. When people are fleeing and they need just a little bit of food and USAID is there to provide that, that creates goodwill for the American people. Privileged billionaires who don't give a damn about America and Americans should not be making decisions that put Americans at harm. And a billionaire that hasn't been vetted, has not gone through confirmation, has not been elected by the American people, who we still do not understand what in the world he's doing, should not be telling American employees that they cannot access the building they work at. What kind of country is this man turning our country into? What kind kind of country are we becoming? It is embarrassing to read the headlines about free America, where one man is walking around like he is the boss of all of us, and we don't know who put him in charge. And it is time for us to put an end to that. Now I have the privilege and honor of introducing one of my heroes and great mentor, Representative Jim McGovern.
Well, first of all, to all the employees at USAID, thank you, thank you, thank you. You keep America safe, and you help people all around the world. And I want to apologize. I want to say I'm sorry that you have to put up with this offensive bullshit coming out of this White House. This is a brazen attempt by a billionaire who nobody voted for to illegally and unconstitutionally steal from taxpayers so he can give himself a tax break. So if you want to have a debate on USAID, I'm happy to have that debate in Congress where it belongs. I'm happy to debate that. Congress is elected by the American people to have that debate, not Elon Musk. And we can discuss the fact that USAID leads the fight against hunger, poverty, and disease all over the world. USAID supports people whose rights are being crushed by their own governments. You know who hates USAID? Putin hates USAID. Maybe that's why Musk hates USAID. This is an agency that represents the very best of America, and it keeps us safe, and by creating a more stable world, it keeps America safe. You know, foreign assistance is about 1% of our entire federal budget. And maybe before coming after USAID, Republicans should look at all the billions and billions of dollars in tax breaks and subsidies that they give to oligarchs like Elon Musk. You want to save some money? Well, let's start there. And hey, while we're at it, hey, Elon, pay your fair share in taxes. What is happening right now across the government is that an unelected billionaire is trying to gut the government so he can give other billionaires a tax break. And our answer is hell no. We live in the United States of America, and as much as Elon Musk and Donald Trump want, this is not a dictatorship, and we will not allow it to become one ever. And we're going to fight, and we're going to win.
I'm Congressman Suhas Subramaniam. Enough is enough. We will not stand for this. This is illegal, this is wrong, and this is unconstitutional. It takes an act of Congress to shut down USAID, but you know what? Congress will not let this happen. We will not let this happen. USAID keeps us safe. It prevents wars. It keeps people fed. It keeps people healthy. And it is the shining example of democracy and of the American values that we so hold dearly and that we share with the rest of the world. So the work that the USAID is so important, and we must protect it, and we must fight for it. And as the chair of the Subcommittee on Military and Foreign Affairs on the Oversight Committee, we will call for hearings, and we will ask for answers. We will demand answers on why this is happening. But most importantly, we will not let it happen, and we will fight for you, for all the people who rely on USAID for their health care, for their food security, for the men and women who serve USAID and work for USAID, the contractors, the civil servants. We will stand up for you, because when we fight, we do win. Thank you.
We'll now hear from Congresswoman Sarah Elfra.
Thank you. My name is Sarah Elfrith, and I am proud to represent the great state of Maryland. And I represent 44,000 federal employees, many of whom work for USAID. I've heard from so many of you this weekend. Thank you for speaking up and being here. I received a text 2 days ago from a friend who works at USAID who said, Sarah, please help us. And unlike Elon Musk, the proud people who work for USAID are not in it for the money. They are in it because they are public servants who believe that they play a role in keeping this world safe, fed, and making sure that not just our diplomacy matters in this country, but our national security continues to be a priority for this U.S. government. Elon Musk has called USAID a criminal organization, and yet he is the one who came in the dark of the night in a takeover that is illegal. Your Democratic members of Congress, especially from the DMV, are here to stand up for you, but we need your help. We will use every tool we possess to slow down, to stop, to make sure that we make sense again in this country, but we need your help. If you are represented by a Republican member of the House, a Republican member of the Senate, you need to call their offices. You need to show up in their offices. You need to make your voice heard to bring sanity back to this Congress and this government. We are here, but we cannot do it alone. I'm proud to bring up next my colleague from the great state of Virginia, Congressman Eugene Vindman.
Thank you. My name is Eugene Vindman. I spent 25 years in the Army defending this nation wearing the uniform. And each and every one of those days, we worked with our partners at USAID to keep this country strong and safe. If we want to zero out the budget, 1% of the budget of this country, $40 billion, we better look at double or tripling the military budget. Because without that soft power around the world, we are making ourselves weaker. We're making our adversaries and allies stronger. We step back and we create a vacuum. You know who steps in? It's Russia, it's China, it's our adversaries from around the world. So from a standpoint of national security, the work that you all are doing out here at USAID, many of you, my constituents, we have over 55,000 federal government employees in the 7th Congressional District. I thank you. I thank you for your hard work. We've got some tough times ahead, but Congress and the American people are behind you. And let me just put one concrete way that we are actually damaging our national security. Right now, every single day, Ukraine is taking the brunt of Russian attacks on infrastructure. USAID programs are actually rebuilding the infrastructure, the electricity infrastructure. If this administration wants to bring peace to Ukraine, you don't do that by eliminating the support for the infrastructure in Ukraine. You do that by applying pressure to Russia and not just to Ukraine. So my message is we support you at USAID. This is a matter of U.S. national security. Democrats, my colleagues, we're going to fight like hell to make sure that we preserve our national security. And I have the distinct privilege of introducing my colleague, Yasemin Ansari.
Good morning, everyone. As the class president of the freshman House Democrats, I'm here to stand with the heroes at USAID who work day in and day out on behalf of the American people. Thank you so, so much for everything that you do. I am, as the proud daughter of Iranian immigrants who fled their country during the revolution, I grew up learning about how we can never take democracy for granted, and never in my wildest dreams could I have imagined that in the United States of America in the year 2025, we would be witnessing an unelected billionaire, Elon Musk, and oligarchs and so many unelected individuals taking complete control of our federal government, taking illegal, unconstitutional actions, and truly every single day witnessing the demise of our democracy. It is unacceptable. That is why you have House Democrats here today, members of the Senate, standing with the American people on behalf of our democracy, and we will not back down. We cannot back down. USAID does vital work across the entire world, from supporting climate resiliency projects and being there in the wake of natural disasters, to working to stop terrorism, to stopping outbreaks before they become a pandemic. This work is vital, this work is life-saving, and we will not stand for anything less than USAID fully functioning and supporting our government. So thank you so much. We stand with you, and we need you.
Thank you all for being here. Thank all of the public servants who do the life-saving work for AID around the world. As you probably saw, Elon Musk and his crew put a gag order on AID employees. They disconnected them from email, which is putting lives at risk around the world. So we are here to enter the building and so we can hear firsthand from whoever is here at AID, or at least witness firsthand what is happening with this Elon Musk attempted takeover, which will not stand. We will prevail. Let's go.
23 246 810. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 1, 2, 3. More coming on the live. More coming on the live. Hi. Do you think we could get a quick interview with you?
Who are you with?
Reuters. Oh, okay. Thank you. This young man is going to speak with us for a time.
I know. I just came from class.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They said it's going to be 58 today. Yeah. All right. I'm assuming you're aware of what's going on.
Hold on, Kia.
Are you ready?
Let me turn it. Go ahead.
I'm assuming you're aware of what's going on with USAID. Yeah. What are your thoughts?
I think it's sad. I think USAID does so much work to prevent the root causes of so many of the issues that we see in the world. I think it's really, really sad to see kind of just a sense